So guess what the fuck they sell at the store that I work at?
God damn it, uxwbill. You got me on a lifelong addiction now. They're so good. And they're cheap too. They're like $4 maybe. It's not too bad. I've been told that you can just nuke this crap, so let's get that off of there. And nuke it. I don't know if it's supposed to sizzle that loudly. Might be bad. Then again, what do I know? I'm not a professional. Alright. Oh, and it's still not entirely melted, but it's just the part on the inside, so we'll just kind of slosh it around a little bit. Got some hot... Ow, Jesus, fuck, it's got some really hot parts and some really cold parts. That's quite a bit of contrast. Shake weight. Oh boy. Aren't you so familiar with this kind of motion? Go fuck yourself. Pun definitely intended. So what does that mean? That means 12 minutes. Let's see, timer. Alright. I just realized that I don't know where the fuck the pizza cutter is. Oh well, I can probably do what I did with the fucking Chicago-style pizza. That video hasn't made it out to the public yet, and hopefully it never will. I'm realizing that I'm very limited in places that I can set this camcorder down because it uses a hard drive, and hard drives are magnetic. Solid-state drives, on the other hand, a little bit less so. I mean, some of them will still get fucked up, but if you get a newer SSD, it's not going to be affected by a magnet, at least not anywhere near as strongly as a standard spinning hard drive, so... yeah, hopefully I can get my hands on one of those things so that way I can slap it in the side of this camera and find out if it functions or not, because I know that I've got at least one person wondering whether or not it's going to work. We'll find out.
I could be using this little camera here to film with because it would be a lot easier to edit. There's just one very big reason that I don't use this camera.
And that's because the low light performance on this thing is slightly shittier than the low light performance on this thing. I wonder why. Actually, I do. I have no idea why the fuck the low light on this thing is so fucking terrible. It's funny to think that I eat like shit, and I still weigh less than I did in high school. Granted, I do have diabetes to blame for that. The night before I went to the hospital, I ended up losing like 25 pounds. But come on, my metabolism doesn't fucking work. Then again, why do I want to be heavier? Because it means that I won't die if I'm without food. I don't want to die. Yet.
A washed cock never hardens. Oh wait. Wrong euphemism.
The mitt of death. Ooh, yummy, yummy. Ah, fuck, this is gonna be hot. He says as if he was surprised. Shut up. Ooh.
stay there. You go back there. And you get turned off.
Alrighty, how am I supposed to cut this? I don't have a pizza cutter. I gotta get this thing a little bit better centered, but I'm not touching that thing because I'm gonna burn my skin off. I have experience putting my fingers on soldering irons. I know that this isn't gonna do any better. Do not put away mitt of death. When opening package has been noted. I learned a couple of things from Bill TV show.
Pizza slicer's good for three things: slicing pizza, circumcisions, and slitting a bulldog's throat that's bitten your child.
Probably gonna lose some skin. Oh well, worth it.
There we go. It's like cutting breadsticks at Godfather's, except that that's exactly not how you cut breadsticks at Godfather's. I know because I used to work at Godfather's. That was where I worked when these things first came back onto the market.
When you cut breadsticks at Godfather's, you just get one of those Rockies, just go like.
I just dripped hot oil onto my toe. This is why you don't do barefoot cooking.
I've cut it into sticks. Now I'm going to try to transfer it to a plate and go from there. After I clean and dry this thing. Can you tell yet that I totally know what I'm doing? Just let me live my lie. And almost cut my thumb open in the process.